Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and it's AlinaCraft House Builds Part 3. Now if you watched yesterday, we got the drawer pieces in. These are the little channels that will take the drawers. And what I did off camera, you can't actually see that, I have to tip it, I added a white top. So following on from yesterday, all I've done different is cut a sheet of white cardstock and pop it on the top. Right, so we're going to move that out of the way because today we are going to work on the roof, and there are quite a few pieces in the roof, and this is what you're going to need. You're going to need 4 of these cut frames, vellum or acetate. I'm going to be using images because I want to use my American Crafts bundled up paper. You're going to need 2 lots of these windows that are going to go onto here. You're going to need 2 side roofs and 2 whole roofs. So it's 4, 2 and 2, and then the bits that will go onto your windows. And I have got myself organised and I have done some cutting. Now one of the things I have done, which was going off on a tangent, was using one of the elements that comes with the die, and it's this label here. I hope you can see that. So I kind of positioned it over the word joy and cut, and this is the bundled up paper, and then because it punches a hole either side, because it's a label, I inserted 2 star-shaped brads in white. Now these brads were sent to me a couple of years ago by my good crafting friend Julie, so I don't know, there you go. So there we've got those little white starry brads, and I have got foam on the back of that, so I want to position that somewhere on my roof. Now the windows, as I said, you can have acetate or vellum. I've decided to use printed images, and these are going to go in the roof windows. So I've done snowflakes. No, I haven't. I've done snowmen. Do you know I've got snowflakes on the brain today? Oh dear, it must be all the frost we've been having. So I've just glued these onto here, which is why I've still got glue all over my fingers. So I did 2 little snowmen, I did a Santa, and I do hope my camera's not blurred, and I also did a little Christmas stocking. So that is what is going to appear in the windows in the roof of my house. Now I think roof windows are called dormers, aren't they? So these are dormer windows. But first of all, I'm going to show you my side pieces. I'm just picking them up here, and I was a little bit short on my blue, but that's all right because I laid it onto heavy weight white cardstock, so that little bit is going to bend over there. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to use my score tool, so you're never going to see it, so that's absolutely fine by me. But we're going to glue the windows onto there, and the windows for that section I have done cream for the backer, and then we're going to have a pink frame. Now the actual base of the house is in blue, but I decided, because your house is, you know, double-sided, of course, well it's got 4 sides, I've decided I'm going to do my back and my front different. So I'll cut 2 in pink and 2 in yellow, so I can switch it around if I want to and have some fun. So on one side I'm going to have yellow dormers, and on the other side I'm going to have pink, and you can see these are heavily scored there. Now how they fold I do not know, but we're going to find out in a minute. But I need to glue the frames onto the front. I'll get it the right way around. We're going to glue frames onto the front, and I've chosen blue for both colours just to tie in with the body of the house. So there are 4 of those. So we've got 4 of those, and then behind each one, instead of having the cream, we're going to have the image. So the image will go in like that onto the back and become part of the window. And then let me get the frame, get one of those, and then that will go on top of there like that once we've folded it all. So our little snowman will be in a window frame. So first of all, I want to do this so that I can move that one out of the way. But these are the roof pieces. Now, bundled up paper again, and both sides are different. So I can, you know, switcheroo. I can put like my pink dormers into that one, and because that's got a yellow polka dot up there, I might put my yellow dormers into that side. And if I turn it, you can see there's a score where you bend to get your roof line. This is for all of you people that just like to skip through to the end. So they go together just like that, so that you've got, when I turn it over, a peek at the roof of your house like that. That is how those will go. But first of all, let's do the fiddly bits. So I'm just going to move those out of the way, and I'll glue one on here and then come back after I've glued the other. So first of all, we're going to flip it over, and we need some glue. And I have been applying my glue down these bits just so that you haven't got anything, you know, that can catch your fingers and tear or flap around. So I am doing it properly because I want it to last me a while. And I might even add some of my diamond dust to the bottoms of those images once I have them in. But this is our side windows. So I'm just going to turn that over, and you can see there is lots of glue there which will dry. So I'm just going to give that a press, make sure it's made contact, and then we have our little frame. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of glue. I think when I've done the other one, I have to wash my hands because this glue is drying really quickly on my fingers, and it keeps getting stuck onto other things. So once again, all the way around so that we've got some good adhesion, and then just line it up. Now before your glue dries, you can scoot it along just to make sure that all your edges are correct. She says completely displacing the whole thing. Now I am definitely going to be putting frost into these windows, so I'm going to give it a press. I really like the idea of putting the cream on the reverse, if you know what I mean. You could actually build the window all together if you wanted to, but you know, minus the glue that's going to dry, you can see you've got a nice bit of depth. So even if you were using something like this, you know, little birdie pearl drops, this actually dries a clear blue, so it's transparent. You could actually flood those little apertures once you've got them all glued in nice and separately. Right, so that one is going to dry, and I'm going to do the other, and I will be right back. Right, so there they are, and almost dry, and I am going to put a load of glue down in my aperture here, and I'm going to put some diamond dust onto it. Now if I can find the diamond dust on Amazon, I will link it below. So I'm just going to rest that there, and I'm going to do exactly the same one here. And then this is going to take a little while to dry. You can just squiggle it around. You don't have to be perfect, just as long as you've got a little bit of frost going on. And you can use whatever glitter you choose. It's one of the nice things about making things like this, is you can totally make it your own. I mean, when this is finished, it's going to look absolutely nothing like the one AlinaCraft has made. So that just shows you how many different styles you can get. You know, I'll show you that picture again. That's the one that Alina did, And in a way, I suppose if you change the colour of the roof, or even cut lace strips or something, you know, to denote tiles, and you've got a bunch of spring flowers and things like that, then you've got a really pretty springtime house. Right, now I'm just going to tap this down. So we've got frosty windows now, just like the ones that we did on the base of the box. I keep calling it a box, it's a house box, isn't it, with drawers. And then we're going to shake this one, tap it off, and don't forget to wash your hands after using this stuff. And there. So just a nice little pretty detail for the side of it. Right, I'm going to tidy up my mess, wash my hands, and come straight back. Right, all clean and tidy again. Now I'm going to make a yellow one, and then I'll run away and do the others. So for this you're going to need one of these, and like I said, I do not have a clue how this goes together, so we're going to find out together. That will glue onto here, and I'm actually going to put those pieces in before I do my folding, because that will make it a little bit sturdier. Well, that's my feeling anyway. So we'll just pop these up here, and those extra ones, and then I'll make those, but we'll do this one. Right, so let's just grab this one off the top and put the big snowman under there. So we're just going to flip it over and pop some glue down. And then I'm just going to rest that, and then I'm going to flip it over and see what I've got. Now you can absolutely move things around. I'm looking for where my score line is there, because I don't want anything interfering with that. So if I hold it up to the light, I can see my score line, and it's just above it. So there we've got our sweet little snowman just peeking out of that top window. And then we're going to give him a little picture frame, which is of course the window frame. That's why I get glue on my fingers, because I pop glue underneath. And then I believe before I press that down, see, I've overlapped there, so just need to push that over a bit and down a bit. And go over to there. And you can see I've got a little bit of a buckle there, so I'm just going to pull that down, peel it up. See, this is what I mean about making errors on camera. Now that is totally wrong. So I'm very gently going to try and pull that up. Right. You can see I've got a nice gluey mess, and it still is damp actually. So now I'm going to try again, and it's just getting it on that edge there. Did it that time. So that is our little snowman in his window, and that glue will dry. Peel that bit off, and now we've got all of these score lines. So my brain tells me to fold in on all of them, to be honest with you, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go around all of them. I'm starting on the edges. It's going to look very geodesic. So I've got that folded in, and then I'm going to fold on that one. I'm just finding all these with my fingers first of all, and then we can smarten it up with a bone folder. Right, so if I open that one, I'm going to get that one to the angle. I hope I'm doing this slow enough so that you can see. I'm just going along all of those score marks because I'm hoping that that is going to bend and go to there. That's the way I'm viewing it. Now this piece folds inwards along its score line. So we've got that one. And then there's also one here. So I will very gently support that and go along with my finger. So I'm really glad that I glued that window section here because it's just made it feel more solid in my hand while I'm folding. Right, so we've got all of that, and I think that one will come over to here. We're going to find out in a minute. I'm just remembering how I'm doing this here so that I can do all those others. And then we've got this one here, and we've got another one here. And then this one I'm pretty sure is going to fold inwards. So we've got that. Now if I bring over a roof piece, because I'm pretty sure we need to take a look at this. See, I think that one folds in like that. And then we've got those pieces. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to be brave, and I'm going to put my glue along here. And I'm going to, yeah, that's right, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it doesn't go like that. So I'm going to put that piece to there. And I want it butted right up to my window frame. Okay. And then this bit is going to go over to here. So we're going to fold that one in. And right on that edge. Don't worry about any oozing glue. Just want to make sure that that's tucked in. I've got a lot of humidity. Right, I'm going to hold that and I'll be right back. Right, so that dried, and you've got this little piece here now, and I'm pretty sure that that folds underneath there to give that the correct angle. So I'm going to do that, but I also want to glitter these frames, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to run off and do the other three and come back when I've done that. So I'm just smoothing that down. I'm just going to hold that a second and I'll be right back. Right, I think that's dry enough. Now I've got these bits folded in, which kind of makes it stand up, which is quite cute. But I think when it goes into the aperture, you're going to go in like this. Just like that. And then those pieces will then fold out. So first of all, I want to glitter this piece, and then let's glue it up. So I've just grabbed my sheet of cardstock again and pop that on there. And I want quite a bit of glitter on this one. So I'm going to go all along that yellow area that I can see. And I'm going to go the edges of the window. So this is going to take a few minutes to dry. And I've got it dribbly down. And I'm going to have a little bit of dribble there as well. Yeah, I'm going to have it just like that. And it is dribbling. Do you get that with your glue? I don't want to go too far over there because I know it's going to go back into its little area. But I'm going to get my glitter on there before it dribbles any further. So I can put all this straight back into the pot. So that doesn't worry me. But with that little bit of drip, you're getting a nice natural effect. So we've got a little bit around the edges. Just making sure it's all covered. And then I'm just going to press to make sure it's got some good contact. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry, tidy up my mess. I'm going to put a little bit more into that bit there. And I will come straight back and we'll pop it in the hole. And then I'll run off and do the others. I'm going to stick it face down. Right, I'll be right back. Right, because of my humidity, this is, can you see, the glue is still white. So I'm going to have to work with that a little bit damp. So I'm going to grab a sheet of paper just to protect my bottom paper. And we've got our roof section here. And I am pretty sure that we had them folded in, and now I've kind of leveled them off a little bit, and I'm going to try my best to keep my fingers out of this. And these are going to go into those holes. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit fiddly trying to keep my hands out of that glue. Right, put my thumb on that bit there and tuck that into there. We should have everything tucked into the hole. Right, and now we're going to turn it over and pull it through. And you can see that these flaps now glue onto the inside and hold that window in, just like that. And I may even add more glitter at the top here. So let's pop that down as carefully as possible and add some glue all the way around that window frame. So I'm not actually putting it to all those little cuts. I'm just putting it to the white area. Just go around carefully. I do hope you can see that and I haven't gone off camera. I just had to look down there to make sure that I'd remembered to record. So now we've got this here. We need to pop the window through as far as those score lines. So I'm looking at it, I'm pushing it back on itself. And then I'm pressing those bits down. that through. I'm just holding everything. I'm sorry if you can't see it. And where I've got no glue on the edges, I can just go up there now. Because as I say, it's proving that even with my humidity, this glue isn't 100% for me. So I'm going there again. Can you see? It's supposed to be a stick and it's okay glue, and it is great glue. I have to tell you, it's been absolutely brilliant for me compared to my Dollar Tree glue that I used to use. But sometimes I just have to go in and hold it, otherwise it just peels right back up, just like that one there. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more glue. And hold it. So that is what our windows look like. Now you've got some glue along here, but don't worry about that. Right, they should be okay. Now along that seam edge, I'm not a big fan of seams, so I personally am now going to go along here. Oh, my glue stopped coming out. Hang on just a second while I poke a hole. Okay, so I've got my glue flowing again, and I'm going to pop a little bit along this edge here, and then I'm just going to have a little squiggle because I want to hide my seams. So trying to be as, you know, naturalistic as possible. I'm going to say that's my little bit of snow there. Hope you can see that. I'm going to go all the way back there. And I'm watching the clock, and because of the time, we've put one window in. I'm going to add the other 4 windows over the weekend, and then we're going to come back. We're going to put the roof on our house and put all the drawers in. So there's going to be, I'll give that a tap now. See, that's peeled back up again. So I'm going to have to glue that. So I've got snow upon my roof hiding my seam. And I might even put a little bit more down there afterwards just to finish up. But isn't that cute? Love that. Right, so I'm going to spend the weekend putting the other ones in on this side, which is absolutely identical, and I'm going to see you on Monday. So I do wish you an absolutely awesome weekend. As usual, all links below, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.